there now. Helen's guides are there and they're watching her, and they're not going to intervene because this is a world of duality. They're not supposed to intervene because there are lessons she needs to learn from this. And they're going to be there. Hello. Hey, y'all. What's up? Gosh, my camera is a little bit high, I think, because I have to hold my head up. Okay, that's better. All right, so I want to explain. I have a girlfriend of mine said, please explain, how do I hear my guides, or how do I know that my guides are talking to me? Your guides talk to you every waking second. Now remember, up to 2021, I knew nothing about this. I'm sure my guides used to be very frustrated too, because I'm the stubborn one also. But when I thought about it, I had this story in my head. It's so good, I'm going to put it in my book. But I want you to imagine yourself in a regular day. Let me walk you through it. Let's say your name is Helen. And this is a representation. Helen is a representation of every person on the planet right now. And I'm going to do it in story form so you understand it. I don't know where to look. Oh, here. Okay. So Helen is a representation of every person on this earth right this minute. The ones who are so distracted with everything else. And the reason why I'm going to make the story up is so you understand how you miss the signs. Okay? Now let's start. So Helen wakes up in the morning, and as soon as she wakes up, the same problems that she went to sleep with hit her. Gosh, the traffic, I have to get ready to go to work, and I'm 10 minutes late already. I won't have time to get coffee, damn it. Won't have time to get coffee because if I do that, I'm going to be 10 more minutes late, and she's already frustrated. And she is bombarded by everything that may happen, and she's already putting this energy out there now. Helen's guides are there and they're watching her, and they're not going to intervene because this is a world of duality. They're not supposed to intervene because there are lessons she needs to learn from this. And they're going to be there with her every step of the way, and they will give her subtle changes to try to change a trajectory of her thoughts. Because right now, she had a thought that she was holding on to that was negative. That's saying she expects the day to be just as bad as it was the day before. And she's holding on to this thought so long because it's past 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and what happens? This brain, our mind, what it does, it holds on to every single memory we've ever had in childhood. And what it's going to do is bring back to her flashes of things that are similar to the emotion she's feeling now. Now she's feeling frustrated. Everything that has ever happened to her that allowed her to feel frustration, her mind is going to bring it back to her now. So immediately, I remember that one time, and it starts to build. So Helen gets ready, and she expects it. She gets ready. She looks in the mirror. She doesn't even compliment herself. She hasn't put an intention out there to have a day with ease and just meet people with love because she's so distracted. And the last thought she has before she goes through her door, I just know today's going to be a bad day. I'm already 15 minutes late, and she's gone. Going down the stairs. When she went down the stairs, she opened the door. She went through the door. As soon as she went through the door, a bus was going by. A man was coming by. At the tree right in front of her apartment, there were two squirrels there playing. It was as if they were putting on a show. The man who was passing by noticed it, and he laughed to himself. Who did Helen see? She didn't see the squirrels because she's so distracted. She saw the man and thought to herself, he must be crazy, stupid. And she kept on going with the same energy. That was the first sign from her guides, just to lighten the air up. She went in her car, and as soon as she went in her car, she starts the engine. It's not starting. She did it 3 times, then it starts. She's frustrated already because she's thinking, I just lost another minute. She put on an indicator and she's going out. As soon as she's going out, a school bus is coming down the road. The driver blows his horn, but she's so frustrated, she thinks he's blowing his horn to tell her not to go out. She said, okay, go on. She's so aggravated. In the back of that bus, there were 2 kids there with a sign that says, don't worry. There was a lady who was passing, and she saw it, and she smiled. Did Helen see it? No, she was so frustrated at the driver blowing the horn, she didn't see that. That's a second sign that her guides tried to give her. She goes out, she's driving, she's going down the road, traffic is there, she's so crazy in her mind, like, I can't deal with it. Okay? A car pulls in front of her. On the license tag, it says, A-OK. She didn't see that because she's looking on her phone, trying to check her emails, and she's still frustrated. I am now 18 minutes late. She goes to work, and you know what? I can imagine for the whole day she had nothing but signs. Crazy amount of signs from her guides trying to tell her it's going to be okay. And she had the most horrible day. And when she was coming back from work, she thought to herself, why is it? I just knew it, I was going to have a horrible day. Everybody, every client she met for the day was grumpy. They were so disgusting, exactly how she intended for it to be. That's how she got it. And on her way back, she was cussing and she was fussing, and the same signs were there, but she didn't see them. And as soon as she was going to pull back into her yard, into her driveway, a bird came all the way down on her windshield. That alerted her. And immediately she came out of that thought, and she was more looking on the bird because she loves animals. And she pulled up, she came out, she looked on the bird. It was on the windshield. And she went to touch the bird. And when she went to touch the bird looked up, made a little dance, kind of, and flew away. And she thought to herself, that's kind of cute. I'm so happy the bird is okay. Now, the same squirrel that she left in the morning that was there playing with another friend was there alone on the tree. And the squirrel was playing around the tree again, and somehow Helen noticed it. And he stuck his head in a cup that was there, and the head got stuck in the cup, and it was hilarious. She started to laugh. What is happening there? For somehow she got distracted in enough time for her to shift her thought system to observe something that has always been there as our sign to say, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to be silly. It's okay. Everything is going to be okay. And that changed our trajectory going through her door, because she was going through her door absolutely hilarious. And when she went through her door, she turned the TV on, and when she turned it on, it was not on news like it always is. For some reason, it was on something else, a show that she used to watch when she was a child, and it just started to bring back these memories of happy time. And can I tell you how Helen's day went the following day? When she woke up in the morning, she was in such good spirits for some reason. And she, without consciously knowing, said, today's got to be a better day than yesterday. She didn't say she hoped. She said today's got to be a better day than yesterday. And somewhere deep down inside, she was looking forward to it. And can I tell you, her day went perfect. Everybody she met, every client who came in that she experienced was so nice. How many of you have a story like this? But you're living the first day that Helen lived over and over and over again, and you never change that frequency. You never stop long enough to check your mind to say, change that. Change the playlist. I'm tired of this old song, waking up every day and grumpy and not being grateful for anything. This is the power of your guides, of your spirit team, and we all have them. I wanted to give it to you in this way, as my friend asked me, because this is how I speak to them. I tell them in story form, so they can resonate back with their lives instead of saying words that they may not understand. I want you to understand that your guides are with you every single waking second. And all they want for you is the best. Your guides, your spirit team, your ancestors, your family who have passed on, who are now your guides also, the beautiful, benevolent angels who are also your guides. Because everybody has a hierarchy angel. I don't like to use the word high, but it's true. You have such a powerful A-team. And you don't realize it because you're so worried about everything that you think may go wrong, that does go wrong, because you intended it to. And I want you to change that today. I want you to slowly change it and stop and smell the roses. Really do stop and smell the roses. I want you to, when you're drinking your coffee, stop for a second and inhale the aroma. I want you, for everyone, there are people out there. I had a friend today who called me and said, listen, I don't know, I'm going to give up eating because I don't want any more industrialized food. And there's so much fear in this world right now with every single thing, with what you eat, with what you do, with what you say, with how you look. There's so much fear. Instead of having fear into that, why not, when you have that piece of meat on your plate, to bless it? Just stop for a second and acknowledge the animal that sacrificed their life in order for you to eat. This is how the earth was made. In the animal kingdom, this is how it happens. One animal dies for another animal to live. So why don't you do that? Just to start and see how you feel. And as you consume your food, just stop for a second and bless. Acknowledge where the food came from, the energies that put the food together, the earth, Mother Earth, that we don't thank enough. The trees, the wind, the air, the beautiful sun. Why don't we start to do this? And slowly, energetically, things will change for us, because our perceptions now will be a little bit more open every single day as we try to express ourselves in love, having love for every single thing. Looking at someone, and even if you might think for a second, kind of off, you correct yourself and understand, but I'm not judging him. He's right for doing whatever feels right for him. She's right for doing whatever she feels right for her. And that's okay. Because as soon as you start to do something and you start to feel your body, and it does, your body is smarter than anything ever made. Every machine that has ever been created was created from the structure of how your body is mechanized. So at the end of the day, just stop for a second and understand, I don't need to judge. It's not my place to judge. I am being self-full. And you're looking in the mirror, and while you're looking in the mirror, you understand that everything that you will experience in your days will be a reflection of this that you see here. I love me. I have nothing about me that I want to change this very minute. Is enough right this minute. And my perception, my experience in the outer world is meeting other people who feel likewise, and it's about feeling other people, communicating with other people who also have love to give. It is having a life of ease where the things that I desire, that I think of, that I hold energy to in my mind, just somehow seems to fall in my lap by following my guides to make a decision to go down L Street instead of M, and meeting the right person, or taking a walk to the park instead of taking the jog down the lane. It's about following these synchronicities that are nothing but magical, because I could not possibly do it on my own. It's about accepting and understanding that I am more than this flesh, and my spirit, my beautiful soul, never dies. So this earth experience is to live in my greatest, absolute greatest excitement, greatest joy every single waking minute. My greatest joy right now is doing this video, because I know somebody is waiting to hear this message. And my greatest joy in 1 hour probably is going to be to eat an apple, and I'm going to do it because I feel like doing it. And tomorrow my greatest joy might be doing a painting. And in the evening I might want to take a drive. And it's me following my greatest excitement every single time. Do you understand? This is how you allow your guides to guide you. It's a GPS that is infinite, that never turns on, and your destination never changes. But according to the decisions that you make, it may take you around and up, but you're always evolving and elevating. There's no crash zone for you. And this is something that's so important for we to understand, that once we learn to unlearn the things that place fear in our hearts, we're going to be fine. I have a story to tell about don't worry, be happy, but I'm not going to do it now, because that is something that's going to blow your mind. That is something that I asked, and it was just synchronized almost immediately. How many of you do this? Think about somebody this minute, and in no time they call you. You were just on my mind. Are you kidding me? I was just thinking about you. The power you have energetically, not in the flesh, energetically. And you emit it every day just by starting to be kind with your beautiful selves. By saying to yourself, or whispering a prayer to God, a prayer to Christ consciousness, a prayer to Hashem, a prayer, whatever the God you call it, because it's one ethereal being. But just whispering a prayer, my God, and watch within a day or two, or immediately have somebody call you to offer you the same thing that you were just asking for. How many of you that happened to? It happened to you a lot of times, but you have never even stopped to give gratitude, to acknowledge and say, wow, that was bigger than me. Thank you, guides. I say it every day. And my guides teach me how to practice more my energetic abilities. They teach me the simplest thing is just going into an absolute bus that is full and having me connect enough and requesting a benevolent outcome, and just going a bus that's full. And although it's bloody full, as soon as you go in the bus, there's just somebody who gets up just in time and it's yours. It's as simple as that. As simple. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. The power you have energetically when you understand your place is the same as everyone else, and there's nobody, even if they seem as if they're in a hierarchy, they're in a higher power, has more power than you, because you have your A team and they have theirs. But some people are using theirs and you ain't using yours, because you're bombarded by the distractions of everything that you should not be focusing right now except yourself. Anyway, I just wanted to speak about connecting to your guides in a way that will resonate with some people more than some. And if the stories I tell or the experience that I talk about here does not resonate with you, it's fine, because we're all evolving in our own way, and not everyone is going to click with this. And if it doesn't click with you, be kind. Don't need to say anything negative, because remember, there are people here who are on an evolutionary journey, and they probably want to know. It could be your family, it could be your kid, it could be your best friend. Just support them. Don't judge. Don't play the shame game, and don't be bitter in your hearts. Being kind and being happy is the greatest feeling in the world. It's the closest you can get to God, whatever God you serve. And remember, your love, you're absolute divine. See you in the next video.